Welcome back to Virtual Gigliotti as we enter another week of our distance learning, remote learning experience, whatever you want to call it. But I wanted to take a moment to go over the directions for this week. I certainly hope that you'll watch this and hopefully it'll make things a little bit easier to understand. So, of course, as you know, you're just going to shoot it out to the class website, mrgigliotti.com, and we'll scroll down and you'll see right up here at the top I put that big window in there for the world history assignments, virtual teaching for April 13th through the 20th. And I set it up basically just like last week, where you have an assignment. Last week we did 1942, 1943. This week we're going to be looking at World War II in 1944, which of course was a huge year for the war. You get lots of events taking place, like the fight in Italy. You get a lot of strategic bombing. You get things like D-Day, the Battle of the Bulge starts. There's a variety of things that you'll be looking at here. And of course, fighting across the Pacific as well. All right, so it's the one assignment here. Obviously, just like every other assignment we've had, you're going to go ahead, click on the tile. Remember, when you click on the tile, it opens the file, and it is a PowerPoint-based file. It is set up exactly the same way as the other World War II assignments have been, just for everyone's convenience and understanding. And you'll see it opens there. It starts off with your true and false statements. Remember, you want to go through, read each one, decide whether you think they are true or if they are false, and then you're going to go ahead and read the text. I embedded it right inside the file for your convenience. That way you can determine what the true statement is, and then you go ahead and rewrite that statement so that it is true. And this week in the 1944 assignment, there are 9 of those. So you want to make sure all 9 of those are in fact true. Then for part 2, just like in the other assignments, we have our viewing history. There's some pictures of the D-Day invasion, you might remember from your U.S. class, and then of some of the strategic bombing campaign by the 8th Air Force. Then, just like we've done prior, the read, write, discuss. There's some read, write, discuss about Italy, about the strategic bombing, about D-Day. So all you're going to do, of course, is you're going to read the text. You're going to highlight what you feel is the most important part of the text, and then you go ahead and answer the corresponding questions. One question that came up, got a couple emails. So what I did, just to make things easier, since we're not physically together, is I numbered everything in the file just numerically. So rather than numbering things by part, like maybe we've done when we were in class, I've just numbered everything. So, the first true and false statement is number 1. The last geography question is whatever it is, 46, 47, 50, whatever it happens to be on this particular assignment. Let's see here. It looks like it's 46. Or, no, I apologize, it's 47, okay? So when you get into the Google form, it's going to ask you for the numbers, and so if it says, put your answer in for number 47, here's number 47, we put it in. Okay. That being said, after the read, write, discuss questions, there's the geography. There's a couple maps to look at, a couple questions to answer. Again, everything is set up to just like it was with the prior assignments. Once you are done, then you're not officially done until you go ahead and submit it. So I go ahead and I use the submission button here in the 1944 tile, and again, it's going to ask me to go ahead and put my answers in. So for example, you're going to put your 9 true statements in this box here, then numbers 10 and 11. Okay, cool. So I go back to my assignment and I find 10 and 11, which is up here in the viewing history. There's 10, there's 11. I'm going to take my answers and I'm going to make sure I put them right in the form. And there's a few things then to fill out, and then you go ahead and submit it. So that'll be all done. Should be nice and easy. Now, the other thing, of course, then too, is that we obviously are not in class together to be able to, let me see if I can find the right window, to go over everything. So what I also added was the, maybe it's in here, was the note portion of this. So normally in class, just like last week, we would go over the notes together, go over the answers, all that stuff. But since we can't do that, I embedded it right into the activity here. So Not only should you finish this 1944 assignment, but then there's the class notes and summaries as well. So a couple things with this. First of all, you're going to go ahead, you're going to download it, and it has all the class notes, hopefully in a really easy way to understand. I added a lot of information to it text-wise, simply because we're not together. But if you go through, obviously there's your learning targets. It starts with the things to know that can help you with the assignment, and then it goes from there just like we would in class. There are these writing prompts for 1944. There are 5 of them, but you only need 2 of them. So you're going to choose 2 of those writing prompts, and you're going to use the information here inside of the notes and in the recordings that I put together, and I'll show you those here in a minute, to go ahead and answer 2 of those writing prompts. All right, so you can pick any 2 of those 5 that deal with 1944. So you could summarize the fighting in Italy. You could talk about the Allied invasion of France, what it's like to be on a B-17. You could describe the strategy and progress in the Pacific. You could even explain why some of Hitler's commanders attempted to assassinate him. Pretty cool stuff there. And of course, all the answers are here. So if you're looking at Italy, here are all the slides that go over what we would talk about with Italy or strategic bombing. You name it, it's all in there. Then, of course, when you're done, again, go ahead and hit the Submit Assignment, and it will take you to this page here. It'll ask you, obviously after your name and all that good information, which prompt did you choose, and then to paste your answer there as well. Okay, so just to be clear, there are 2 assignments turned in this week. There is the 1944 assignment that is built into the PowerPoint with the reading and the maps and the viewing history and the true and false and all that good stuff. And then you're going to read through the notes that we would go over in class and choose 2 of those 5 things to summarize. So, you know, by the next Monday, I should have both of those submitted to me. Now, that being said, obviously we're not together, so I'm trying to make sure I give you every possible resource available. So I recorded a whole bunch of videos for you to help you with all these things. So for example, this video will go over the true and false statements, those 9 statements at the start of the first assignment. Then down here, these are all videos too about Italy. What I'm doing with these videos is I'm just going through the PowerPoint just like we would in class so that you can see it. And in some ways it might be better because you're watching it on your own. You can watch it as many times as you want. And it'll help you. So for example, if I choose the prompt of, you know, what about the Normandy landing? I watch this short little video here. It'll be me going over all the information that you also see in the file itself. So you can use it however you see fit. Just make sure you use it, you know, try. I know it's hard, especially with, you know, this new and learning environment and not having a typical schedule. I know my 2 children have been trying to come up with their own schedule for doing all their work. So hopefully you've got something like that going on right now to get all these in. Then down below, just for fun, if you can't get enough World War II, I put some more World War II in color in there. These are really, really good videos. You're not expected to do anything at all with these, but if you want to learn more about it, want more detail, maybe I didn't explain it well enough and you really want an expert to explain it, you can check those out. I find them to be really, really well done, and they colorized them, which is super cool. So there it is. So hopefully you did last week's assignments, and here are the 2 assignments then for the week of April 13th through the 20th. Obviously, if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email, and I will be happy to get that answered to you. I wish you all the best of health. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and sorry we can't meet together live in class. Hopefully this will work out for us in the short term, and things will get back to normal before you know it. All right, everybody. Thank you.